My story has always been defined by a single choice, a single love, and a single catastrophic failure. You know it as the tragedy that created Harry Potter. But what if my failure was actually a success? What if, in a moment of desperate clarity, I made a different choice and managed to save the one person who ever mattered? What if Lily Potter never died? In this world, my desperate love changes everything. I succeed, I save her. But in saving the Potters, I erase the chosen one and condemn the wizarding world to a fate far worse than anyone could imagine. As a triumphant Voldemort reigns, my supposed ally, Albus Dumbledore, is forced to ask himself a terrible question. To save the world, does he have to become the monster I'm fighting against? Must he orchestrate the marking of the very boy I saved? In the original timeline, my warning was panicked and partial. After delivering the first half of Trelawney's prophecy to the Dark Lord, I realized in horror that he interpreted it to mean Lily Evans and her family. I ran to Dumbledore, begging him to protect her, and only reluctantly agreed to the protection of her husband and son. But my plea came too late. The Dark Lord's sights were set, and Dumbledore was forced into a defensive plan that I knew was vulnerable to betrayal. But this is where my choice splits the timeline. The moment I overhear the prophecy, my obsession with Lily's safety completely overrides my duty to the Dark Lord. I don't just panic, I calculate. Instead of giving Voldemort a partial report, I go straight to Albus Dumbledore. And I don't just come with a plea, I deliver a detailed, urgent intelligence briefing. I provide the prophecy's text and, more importantly, the context, the Dark Lord's thinking, his interpretation, and the immediate, deadly danger to the Potters. This isn't just a desperate cry, it's a strategic betrayal of my master. My warning is precise and, crucially, it's early. It comes before Voldemort has locked in his plans, before Peter Pettigrew could be named their secret keeper. With my inside information, Dumbledore is no longer reacting, he's preempting. The Potters aren't hidden under a charm that can be broken. They simply vanish. They are moved off the board before the game has even truly started, all because of me. And so, on the night of October 31st, Godric's Hollow is quiet. No green light, no mother pleading for her son's life, no sacrifice. And because there's no sacrifice, there's no rebounding curse. The Dark Lord, frustrated in his hunt for the Potters, never falls. The wizarding world holds its breath, waiting for a savior that I know will never come. Without the legend of the boy who lived, the first wizarding war doesn't end. It becomes a long, grinding Cold War fought in the shadows, a world I am now trapped in. The Dark Lord, denied his prophesied enemy, regroups, his power unchecked, his dominance growing by the day. The one miracle that galvanized the wizarding world, a baby surviving the killing curse, is gone. I watch as morale in the Order of the Phoenix plummets. They have small victories, but the overwhelming sense of dread never leaves, because there's no living proof that Voldemort can be beaten. The Death Eaters, my former comrades, remain active and emboldened. Their leader was never vanquished, so their cause isn't a dark memory, it's a thriving political movement. The war I helped prolong drags on for years, a slow bleed that weakens the ministry and wears down the resolve of even the bravest fighters. The world isn't at peace. It's suspended in a state of constant terror that I helped create. And what of me, Severus Snape? I got what I wanted. Lily is alive. But this victory is a poisoned one. I didn't win her back. I only ensured she could continue her life with James Potter. My success brings no peace, only a new, special kind of torture, isolation. I am condemned to watch the life I saved from a distance, forever the outsider. My guilt is no longer for causing her death, but for the world I've doomed in her name. The hatred between myself and James Potter doesn't disappear. It is forced into a strained, resentful alliance within the Order. We fight on the same side, but the canyon of history between us is massive. My role as Dumbledore's double agent becomes even more critical. I am his most vital asset in this long war, my mind a fortress of secrets. But my motivation isn't penance. It's a grim duty born from a hollow victory, a constant, agonizing reminder of the family I saved but can never be a part of. I am not redeemed. I am haunted. Somewhere, protected by the Order, Harry Potter grows up. He isn't the orphan from the cupboard. He is a child raised by two loving parents. From my distant vantage point, I see James instilling in him a mischievous courage and supreme self-confidence, while Lily nurtures in him a moral compass. This Harry has never been neglected. He is cherished, protected, and has known magic his entire life. But he is also not the Harry who could defeat the Dark Lord. He lacks the deep humility forged by the Dursleys' abuse. Without the weight of being the chosen one, he doesn't carry the world's burdens. He is, I suspect, more arrogant, a popular and talented boy who shines on the Quidditch pitch, just like his father. He has no lightning bolt scar, no link to the Dark Lord, and no piece of Voldemort's soul inside him. He is simply Harry Potter, a normal boy. And in a world I've left desperate for a savior, a normal boy is not enough. When this Harry arrives at Hogwarts, our relationship is not one of instant, fiery hatred. It is something far more unsettling, a tense, heavy silence. He knows I am the man who saved his parents. I can see in his eyes a confusing gratitude, an obligation to a professor who looks at him with a coldness he can't possibly understand. For me, every time I look at Harry, I see James Potter's face, the walking, talking embodiment of my personal failure. Then, I catch a flicker of Lily in his eyes, and the internal conflict is agonizing. The targeted bullying from the other timeline is gone, replaced by a cold, professional distance. I don't torment him in potions, but I don't help him either. I just watch him, forever judging, forever torn between my resentment for the father and a deeply buried, fiercely protected sense of responsibility for the son I condemned to this life. Years pass. The Cold War I started has taken its toll. The Order is stretched thin, and the Dark Lord's power is nearly absolute. I know Albus Dumbledore reads the prophecy again and again, and the Dark Lord will mark him as his equal. He knows this is the key. Voldemort's action is the trigger, and my warning broke the loop. Harry was never marked. The prophecy lies dormant, staring into the abyss of total defeat. Dumbledore, the man who swore off the phrase, "for the greater good," begins to wrestle with its terrible shadow once more. He is faced with a horrifying choice. The world needs a symbol, a weapon forged by fate. If fate has been denied, can it be engineered? I begin to suspect the unthinkable. Must he, for the greater good, create a situation where Voldemort can finally mark Harry? Will he leak the Potter's location? Will he manufacture a confrontation, sacrificing the safety of the very boy I saved, all to create the hero the world needs? This thought is the ultimate betrayal. It would turn Dumbledore into the darkest kind of manipulator. It would mean that I, his loyal spy, who gave up everything to protect Lily and her son, only managed to save them from one monster to deliver them to a chess master willing to sacrifice any piece to win. My choice, born from love, saved a family, but damned the wizarding world. My single act of defiance erased the boy who lived, leaving only a boy named Harry, defenseless against a fate that now circles him like a vulture. In this world without a chosen one, the champion of the light, Albus Dumbledore, is forced to consider an act of profound darkness. The Potters were saved from a quick, violent death, only to be thrown into a longer, colder nightmare of my own making. And I am left to wonder if my one success was the greatest tragedy of all. This timeline is a truly dark possibility. But what do you think would happen? Would Dumbledore actually go through with such a plan? And what would I do if I discovered it? Let me know your theories in the comments. And if you enjoy exploring the hidden corners and what-ifs of the wizarding world, make sure to subscribe for more.